But here we go. Here we go. We're getting into the grand finals, getting into the final game, the final series, sorry, of the tournament. We're here to crown our champion, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Pylon, we have the red Protoss player. With the red Protoss representing Team Liquid, it is SKillous. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss player, the Polish Protoss representing Offside Esports. It is Krystianer. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will become our champion this week. Will it go the way of Krystianer? Will it go the way of SKillous? Who's it going to be? Who will be crowned that champion? Krystianer, of course, he is Krystianer. He has won the most Sparkling Tunas of 2025. So he's coming in with those accolades behind him, or in the history, I should say, of Sparkling Tuna Cup. Krystianer, he has won the most. At the same time, you know, there are other higher rated players like SKillous, players like Solar, I would say as well, who are rated above him. Despite that, he's got that tuna boost. Let's go. For now, 2-gate opener out of Krystianer, 2-gate opener out of SKillous as well, 2-gate openers all around. And Krystianer, he's known for a couple of things in this matchup. One thing that he's known for that I'll bring up now that most likely will be applicable to this series at some point or another is going for a gasless style, going for a very low gas count into the mid game, building up on 3 bases and going for a very strong charge timing, Krystianer, he can be very deadly with that, and he has brought down and sniped many a player with that timing. So that's going to be in the back of our minds. Now he does dip in. Does get eyes on the pylon. So second pylon in the main base for SKillous, second pylon in the main base for Krystianer. No one is proxy. And no one is faking a proxy either. Oh, as SKillous opens up with a Robo. Okay, you have my attention, Babby. Robo open out to SKillous before expanding. He didn't get in. Oh, he didn't get into the bases. He didn't confirm that it was a standard build. So this is a very safe opener out of SKillous, and he can turn this into a one-base all-in himself, especially on Pylon. And we'll confirm that if he throws in a third gateway. There is one base all in. So one base all in, third gateway on the way for SKillous. He's committing to his own setup here. Now, one of the reasons why you can all in like this, despite it not being proxied, is because you're on Pylon. Pylon has a very short rush distance by ground. This is the most aggressive map in the current map pool. So you can just walk across. The current ladder map pool, I should say. So you can just walk across. Adepts are getting caught. So nice pick up by Krystianer. He gets one adept. But again, he's expanding. He's setting up his own proxy across the map. At Krystianer, he's only got 2 gateways. The Immortal's on the way. And who locks down who? We've got force fields. Okay, the Immortal has arrived. Krystianer is get the hell out of here. Now he knows. Yeah, now he's aware. He's aware of the all-in. He's racing back home. Force field doesn't catch him. Oh. Meanwhile, Krystianer has the high ground. Gets the adept. Does pick off an adept. Pulls away. Here he pulls away. SKillous continuing to warp in. Of course, remember, he's all in. Remember, one base all in out of SKillous. We have a shield battery back in home. We have 1 battery in the natural. Nothing in the main. The first Immortal is almost here for Krystianer. He's almost there. Needs a little bit more time. As he tries to look down the Immortal. He does try to. SKillous does start to step in. Going for extra warp ins. And down goes the shield battery, down goes the pylon as well. I mean, SKillous, he's gaining ground. He's gaining ground in the natural. Again, Krystianer, he just has to hold on to the main. As he gives up on the natural base. A lack of shield batteries is concerning, though. Does he commit? He commits! Oh my god! He commits into the middle line. 4 shield on the ramp, but it doesn't matter. We just elevate her in anyway. As we're wasting a bit of DPS here, now going for the pylon. It's a waste of DPS. Depowers the gateways, no more warp ins here for Krystianer, just immortals. And SKillous from this point, I believe he has done it. There is a second immortal though, now a third immortal. Uh-oh. Up to 3 immortals. That's a lot of firepower. It's gonna be close. It's very close, very clutch. Warps in more adepts. Immortal barely pulls away. Points are being pulled. And Krystianer, can he hold on? No. Again, it's so close. He will lose 2 immortals. 1 immortal remaining. And he's done it. Yeah, SKillous, he has done it. He has broken the back of Krystianer. GG gets called, and SKillous takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, SKillous went for the 1 base all in. Krystianer, he did opt to expand, so he was being very greedy with his build. He likewise did not have a shield battery pre-set up in the main base, so also very greedy there as well. He was punished for that. When he tried to defend in his main base, his shield battery was so delayed and barely was not able to make a stand. Again, it was just a really rough start for Krystianer when it came to the build, when it came to the opener, and GG. GG, well played. With that, SKillous takes a lead, and now we're loading into game number 2. Going to be loading into 10,000 feet. Another aggressive map. Oh boy. Yeah, more aggression is coming. Here we go. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the red Protoss player. The red Protoss representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is SKillous. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player. The blue Protoss himself representing Offside Esports. It is Krystianer. Here we go. As we're loading into that second game. And again, 10,000 feet is another one of these more aggressive maps. And we'll see. We'll see how SKillous does approach this. Likewise, Krystianer as well. Proxies are very viable here. Because of the terrain, it can actually be quite tricky trying to find proxies on the left and right hand side of the map. Because of the tumors, because of the alcoves that are available as well. So proxies, they are viable. Here we go. Yeah, speaking of scouting for proxies, SKillous is checking. As you mentioned, like, this can be a really terrifying position. He may even just go for a fake. Yeah, he's going for a fake pylon of his own. Okay. So, fake proxy out of SKillous. I do like this, considering what happened in the first game. I mean, there's a very high chance that Krystianer would believe him. You can see he's looking. He's looking for the pylon. He sees nothing. And how does he react? Does he forfeit it? You can see he checks behind the mineral line. He checks further in the main, confirms the pylon is not here. Does he believe he's being cheesed? You can see he sends out a second probe. He's scouting on the left-hand side. Pylon on the low ground. And SKillous is here to block. Dips into the main. SKillous, he himself needs to know if Krystianer responds with a robo. To know. Probe goes down, and Krystianer, he should expand. As he's still searching. Now this could still be a proxy Stargate as well, but Krystianer, he's mostly scattered everywhere. Mostly. There is an area here which he didn't check. This area actually is known for proxy Stargates. So Stargate could actually achieve quite a lot of damage here. He finds it. Okay. Does find the pylon, does confirm, and now he can focus it down. He might just be trapped. Uh-oh. Krystianer, there's no way out of this. Yeah, he's trapped in a corner. Here come the opposing stalkers. Here comes the sentry as well. And tries to recall. He will save the pylon. SKillous, he saves the pylon. He kills the stalker. Very nice start here for SKillous. Both players are expanding. SKillous going for a robo himself. Krystianer going for the Twilight Council. Now, when it comes to the follow-ups here, a Twilight Council, of course, working towards Blink, working towards the mid-game. SKillous, he's going to have a heavier Immortal count, and he can go for a later Immortal timing with like 3 and 4 Immortals. You got the Forge on the way for +1. So we're going to have a bit of a tame early game building up into the mid-game. Yeah, building up. So far, the upstate Juice Shade into the main base. They do get 1 probe, and they might get a second. Yeah, just barely. 2 probes do go down. At the same time, Krystianer does get some counter damage as well. And so far, even trades. Ooh, slightly in favor of SKillous. Gets 4 probe kills. Slightly in favor of the red Protoss. From here, we're building up. As we mentioned before, we have the earlier +1 timing, we have the earlier Immortal production, so this is going to be a big power spike here for SKillous. But he's going to be going for a +2 timing instead. Okay. But again, that +2 timing is going to hit very hard. And it should be what SKillous commits into. Hallucination is checking for extra gateways, is checking for the 3rd base timing. SKillous sees whether he's safe. He also spots the move outs, and it's not really too much to be concerned with. 5 stalkers, sentries. Yeah, SKillous, he deflects. Krystianer, he rotates. SKillous is keeping up. No shield batteries. Uh-oh. Yeah, no shield batteries. Nice force fields. Locks down the probes. It's going to be 3 probes going down already. But that was a lot of force fields. Oh, as Krystianer is completely out of position. Very nice. But he only has 1 left. If at all. There we go. It does go for the 2nd force field. He's holding on to 1 more. Does he get it? There it is. Lands 1 more force field, and he's going for the 3rd base. Ooh. As SKillous, he does break out. He did pull the boys to mine. Can he save the expansion? It looks like he will not. 1 more volley. Nexus does barely go down. There's another recall. Oh. And the question is, did Krystianer spend too much supply doing that? Krystianer, he bled out how many units exactly? He lost 6 sentries and 3 stalkers. That's a big loss when it comes to the army supply. But hey, the stalkers that built a kite. They do trigger the shields. And Krystianer is not in a bad position here as long as he can survive the counterattack. Remember, we spoke about it, the +2 timing, right? +2 is almost done. SKillous is that much more committed. So again, triggers the shields. SKillous moving in. There's 3 shield batteries at the third base, only 1 at the natural. So I'll say peel off into the mineral line. And they're going for economic damage. Busting into the natural. Stalkers are being kept busy by the immortals. Ooh, not very nice flank though. Yeah, Krystianer comes in from behind, he snipes the Prism. Prism goes down, but Zelsa getting to the main. They were stuck on a move. Not the most amount of damage. And without reinforcements, SKillous, this army is on its own. The Zelts are coming. Us get into the mineral line. Probes are going down. 16 probe kills. Nice damage here out of SKillous, and this may just be too much. Yeah, it depowers the gateways, denies warpins as well. Has limited warpins. They'll say flank. Immortals are trying to push in. Oh, that's one of the immortals is very low. Yeah, he snipes. And he gets every single one. Every immortal will fall. Getting 1, 2, 3 immortals. But the Zealots have still been wreaking havoc. More Zealots reinforced, trading minerals for gas, catching out more Stalkers. And all the pylons are being depowered as well. Yeah, this is game-ending damage. It's game-ending here. SKillous, he's done it. GG gets called as a Krystianer. He's down to a handful of Stalkers, 0 economy, and SKillous takes a 2-0 lead. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Krystianer, he had some really nice moves when it came to force fielding the ramp, when it came to killing the third base, some really nice moves, but as you mentioned, what did SKillous have? He had 3 immortals and he had +2. He had a big upgrade timing, he had a big upgrade lead over his opponent, and he was able to counterattack just in time as well, break through, get into the natural, get into the main base. Those Zealots were doing more than just killing workers, they were depowering all the production buildings, depowering all the gateways, so Krystianer, he couldn't reinforce, he couldn't maintain his army, and in the end, even though he killed all the immortals, by that time, it was too late. He lost everything else in the natural and in the main. GG. GG, well played, and with that, we're now getting into game number 3. We're loading into potentially the final game of the series here. The pressure is on Krystianer. Let's go. Let us go. So we're now loading into Tokamak. We go. Kind of has with the soldiers too long at the end. I mean, he did a really great job when it came to surrounding the army and sniping the war prison. There was some really nice moves there for Krystianer. Unfortunately, he just didn't have any setup in the natural. We were trying to emphasize it, but remember, when it came to SKillous' all-in, when he arrived, there were 3 shield batteries at the third base, and I think he got up to 5 shield batteries at the third base. Like, he was very secure there to defend and to fight. That's why the Stalkers, they stayed in that area, but he only had 1 in the natural. Like, his natural base was very vulnerable and very exposed. He did not have the setup at the natural to actually defend it, to protect it, and Skills abused it, right? Did abuse that natural. So even if Krystianer had even dived on the army a little bit more ahead of time than what we saw, like the damage from the Zealots was still critical, getting to the natural and the main base. But here we go. Here we go, we're getting into game number 3, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the Polish Protoss player, we have the blue Protoss for Offside Esports. Down in the series, down heavily, he has to fight back here and now to make a series out of this. It is Krystianer. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents, we have the red Protoss player. The red Protoss representing Team Liquid, it is SKillous. Here we go. I mean, before the Zealots were in his main and his natural, I don't think he was passive before that. He had to respect the immortals, respect the prison. But we go. Here we go. So now we do have our second pylon in the main base for Krystianer, and this time the second pylon is in the main base for SKillous. For the first time, we do have some standard builds, some standard openers, 2 gates, and what do we open with? We have Double Adept by SKillous, so a much more aggressive start, and meanwhile we have Sentry Expand out of Krystianer. So we have Greed here from our Protoss. Basically, this Zealot is just for show. Zealot is just for show. The goal is to cancel. Yep, cancels the Zealot, makes a Sentry, throws down a very fast Nexus. So a greedy build by our blue Protoss player, and again, SKillous opening up Double Adept. The goal here is for economic damage. For the most part, Krystianer, he should be favored when it comes to the openers if he's able to wall off, right? If he can deny any kind of Adept harass into the main base, he should be okay. Just because Adepts, they're ideal at killing workers, they're not ideal at destroying buildings. And we have another set. So getting it to 4. We could even go up to 6. So there's the base being taken. Yep, there we go. We're building up to 6 Adepts. Aye. Now, the power of 6 Adepts is that if SKillous walls off with a shield battery or with a pylon, that is not going to be good enough. The number of Adepts here are going to be high enough to be able to focus down that building and actually break and force their way into the main. So it's a lot of Adepts. They're coming. Here comes the initial shade. Probe is in position, should be fine. We're getting up to 8, by the way. Let's go. 8 Adepts. And again, we have to be so careful here for Krystianer. Thankfully, he does have some sentries. He can force field. The force field will help. Here comes the next set. Krystianer, he did scout the Adepts, he knows. And to do this, you have to wall off for the gateway. You need a gateway here instead. Here comes the mass shade. I mean, just ignoring the main, just going straight for the natural. Does commit in. Decent force field. Locks down 3 Adepts. 3 Adepts they pull away. Nice control here from SKillous. Gets 5 probes so far. And he won't be able to shade in. Yeah, he commits, but there's not progression. Force a recall, and Krystianer will hold. Krystianer, he does hold on. Now, a couple of things here. Krystianer, he did lose a lot of workers. That is true. And the economies are now even. We now have an even worker count. But because of all those warp-ins, Krystianer does have a higher Stalker count. He does have more DPS potential. To make up for that, SKillous going for Immortals, right? It's not worth going into going into Blink here. Not worth it. Just because SKillous, he's behind when it comes to the gateway units. So needs those Immortals instead. And SKillous can turn this into a 2-base all-in with Glaives. So once again, we have +1, we have Immortals. Very similar follow-up here from last game for SKillous. Two more Adepts moving in. Hallucination does confirm that Krystianer is behind in the upgrades. Also confirms a high immortal count as well. Oh my god. Speaking of, Krystianer, he throws down 5 more gates. Oh. As we do have a little bit of latency here. Hopefully everything's okay. But again, a massive gateway explosion and the force. So this looks like a 2-base all-in here from Krystianer going into a 7-gate setup. Meanwhile, we do have... Oh, hopefully SKillous is okay. There we go. Meanwhile, you see SKillous back at home. He has yet to expand as well. Again, getting up to 4 Immortals. And he's not going into Glaze, but he's going into Charge. Charge, Gateway Explosions. Oh, Jesus. Just mass gateways. SKillous, he's confirming the extra gates. He knows. He should also confirm the lack of 3rd. Yep, he doubles back, confirming no 3rd expansion.
I return to serve.
So both players heavy on 2 bases here. So 2 base versus 2 base. Blink versus Immortal. SKillous going to be the first to expand. Bold move. SKillous does expand. I mean, he's going to be the defender anyway, as he does not have blink. And SKillous, he shouldn't be able to push until he has the War Prism. Krystianer can't lose the Tunica. And he's looking dire here for Krystianer. Getting working towards +2. Stalkers, they try to poke in. SKillous does earn away. SKillous, he does have a bit of a misread here. They even lose an Archon. Oh, Archon does pull away in time. Archon pulls away. +2 is just not kicking in. Now is the time for SKillous. This is his time. And here he comes. Okay, what do we have to work with? 4 Immortals, 3 Archons, a mass amount of Zealots. We have an almost equivalent Zealot count for Krystianer, that is true. But again, he's lacking the Immortals. Now, but the purpose of the Immortals are going to be to focus on the Archons of his opponents, the Archons of Krystianer. To focus them down, to trade against the Stalkers, of course, as well. SKillous, he does have a little bit more working for him. Meanwhile, forced to recall, actually. Okay. Oh, does move in a little bit too soon. Prismers with the main army. But again, SKillous only fighting with a portion of his forces. He's being forced back home. Nice save. Oh, nice control. SKillous, he defends his main. Oh no, the recall. There's an Archon that's trapped. No. He'll save him. Yo, SKillous, he cares about his boys. Does save the Archon. Now, because of that harass, because of harassing the main base, that means that +2 now finishes for Krystianer. The fight was going to occur with SKillous being up an upgrade, now no longer. Now it's no longer the case. So SKillous, he has missed his window, he's missed his timing, but he still has that army supply lead. Krystianer, he does try to force his way in. Zealots coming from behind. They get into the Archons. Yeah, better positioning there from SKillous. Does have the better position. We speak about this all the time. You have to be so careful with your Zealots, not to clump up. But SKillous just races across the map instead. Drags the army back home. Okay, finds an expansion. SKillous is moving in. +3 is on the horizon. Oh, and at the same time, here comes that Prism. There are defensive weapons this time. Still no blink. Still no blink. SKillous is pushing in. Again, he still does not want to clump up those Zealots, not against the Archons. Speaking of Krystianer, he does get across the map. It's 5 probes, 6. Yeah, we're committing in. Zealots are coming in from behind, coming in for the surround. It's a little bit mistimed here from SKillous, but he's going in. Yeah, he's going in. He's getting on top of those Archons. Again, this is a heavy Archon composition, so Zelce pull away from the Archons. The Immortals move in, and the Immortals, it's their job to focus on those Archons. Nice kiting. Yeah, very nice kiting here from SKillous. The Archons, they're just crumbling. They're just crumbling one after the other. Again, Zelce get into the mineral line. Zelce peel off into the natural. And SKillous, he overwhelms. GG gets called. SKillous, he will take the series 3-0, becoming this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. GG. Whew. Hi. GG, well played. Congratulations to Nikita, to SKillous for claiming the win, for becoming this week's champion. GG. GG, well played. SKillous does claim the series 3-0. Again, Krystianer, he definitely did have some opportunities in some of the earlier games as well, in game 1 and game 2. And I don't want to take away from Krystianer, because he did have an amazing showing, of course, in the semis. Like, Krystianer, he beat Solar. He was able to take down. Solar was favored to win the entire tournament, and it was Krystianer that knocked him down. And I'm sure that SKillous is happy that Solo wasn't here. It's like, thank God. It's like, oh my, thank you Krystianer, thank you. So again, I'm sure SKillous is very, very grateful for Krystianer for bringing down Solar. But again, here in the finals, we saw a much more dominant showing out of SKillous, out of Nikita. Krystianer, he wasn't able to really showcase his full force. There was some mind games coming into play as well, referring to game 1 with SKillous faking out Krystianer, for example. And yeah, we had a really dynamic, really aggressive series here. SKillous being a little bit more reliant on building up his Immortals multiple times, on building up into that big snowball push. GG. Yeah. GG, well played. With that, congratulations to SKillous. A shout out to Krystianer as well, again, for his performance here. He's a little bit sad. He's a little bit upset about losing in the finals. He's did reply in game a little bit. He's like, I played some bad games, and again, like, he still played well here, make it to the finals, and that would, I mean, here he definitely has it in him to take it to SKillous as well. An unfortunate finals for Krystianer, but regardless, well played. GG, well played. And with that, we have crowned our champion for the week. On top of that, we also, of course, are handing out points for the monthly finals. So both Krystianer, SKillous, and even Solar alongside Young Yakov also do gain points to be invited into the end of month finals. GG, well played. They still, of course, have more weeks to go to gather more points and to get ready for that end of month finals. Otherwise, we are going to be wrapping up for this evening. Quickly heading on over here to our schedule for the week. And of course, we had Nickeract winning the random raffle. True, did also occur. When it comes to our weekly schedule, this was last week's schedule, so a little bit out of date. But coming into this week, our next broadcast should be tomorrow morning in around 10 hours. In around 10 hours time, we should be live with the OC Rising Star tournament. Again, in 10 hours, we'll see some more StarCraft. The StarCraft doesn't end. Not here. It's catching him. Is this Dune 2000? Not quite. Here we go. Oh, there was a question about the army composition earlier. I can't quite recall the context of that. Can't quite recall. But with that, GG well played. With that, we're going to be wrapping up here for the time being. And again, our next broadcast is going to be in 10 hours. Tomorrow should be a full day of OC Rising Star. Throughout the week, we, of course... Oh, actually, there it is. There's the updated schedule. We do have two back-to-back broadcasts of OC. We have the Enki Epic Series on Tuesday. We have the Pegasus Cup on Wednesday. We have Wardy TV Monday twice, of course, next week as well. We have the Podcast. We have Turtle Tussle. We have MSO and STC as well. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft throughout the course of the week. I believe we should also be squeezing in another broadcast of show matches. I believe Little League Cup. Yes, Little League Cup. We should also be having that throughout the course of the week as well. And hope you enjoy. Hope you look forward to it. This week is going to be a little bit leaner, which I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to a leaner week of StarCraft. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys tomorrow for some OC Elite Rising Star. If you want to support this tournament, if you enjoyed Sparkling Tuna Cup, running it back here. Again, our tournament is nicely timed and nicely lined up to feature players from Europe, players from Korea as well, and even sometimes some players from the Americas. But again, we do get some nice signups here. We get some nice representation. If you want to support these players and our tournament series and help us grow, Patreon. Patreon is the place to be. !Patreon in the chat. You get a link to our channel. You can see that we currently earn 568 USD a month via Patreon. All that money goes towards the events, and you can see our next goal at 670 to grow our events even further. So you can help us grow our tournaments via Patreon. Likewise, you can support us via following us on all the socials. We have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. All things Cranky Ducklings. We upload on YouTube on a daily basis, so check out our YouTube channel for daily uploads for all of our content. If you see something that you like here, quickly going back to our schedule, if you see something that you like but you can't watch it live because of when it starts, because we do have morning and evening casts, then you can check us out on YouTube. I'm sure we'll have something for you that you'll enjoy. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. And we'll see you guys next time. See you guys next time. Until then, ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. See you tomorrow for some more StarCraft.